Hi friends, today I am back with another video, and this video is about watercolor mediums. So in this video I will talk about different watercolor mediums that are available, like the texture medium, lifting preparation, gum arabic, and granulation medium, and one more medium which I don't have yet is aqua pasto. So all these mediums are available from Winsor and Newton. Here I have gum arabic from Daler-Rowney, but all others are from Winsor Newton. I will also use French Ultramarine blue for this demonstration. So this is how what I'll do is I have divided my paper into sections, and I will use all these mediums on this paper, and I will show you how what will be the result of my experiment. So in the first box I am writing about using lifting preparation. The idea behind using lifting preparation is that it makes it easier for us to lift the color after watercolor has dried. So many techniques are there which may involve using lifting. So it is claimed that by using lifting preparation, it will be easier for us to lift the color. So first, in order to begin with the demonstration, what I will be doing is I will be laying down the lifting preparation in my first box. So I will just bring my lifting preparation over and I will lay it down. So the way lifting preparation works is that you just dip your brush directly in the lifting preparation. You don't use any water, and it's very transparent, so you will not be able to see it. You put a coat of that lifting preparation on the paper, and we have to after that wait for the lifting preparation to dry out. After it dries out, we apply another coat of paint over it. So I am just applying I'm directly dipping the brush in the lifting preparation and applying a coat of lifting preparation on my paper. So since we have to wait for it to dry out, then only we will be able to use test it out. That is why this is the first box that I am working on. So now let's move forward. So next is I want to just simply paint, like as I said, for this experiment we will be using French Ultramarine blue. So let's put down some French Ultramarine blue in the palette and mix it up with some plain water. I'm just dabbing little more paint before preparing my full wash. So I'll just mix up my color with water. So this step I am doing so that we can make a comparison on what happens when I am just mixing French Ultramarine blue with water. What does it look like, and what happens when I will be mixing French Ultramarine blue with these mediums. So one of the things with the mediums is that they are supposed to be used directly from the bottle, like you don't have to use water along with it. You just have to use it directly from the bottle. So I have laid down an even wash of French Ultramarine blue, and we will see how it is after it dries out. So I will just clean my palette, and after cleaning the palette we will start with the next step, wherein we will be using granulation medium in order to test it out. Like what we will do is, instead of mixing French ultramarine with water, we will be mixing French ultramarine with granulation medium. So granulation medium will be used for thinning out uh, the color. So I'm just laying down a thin wash of the granulation medium along with the which I have mixed French ultramarine on this paper. I am adding little more of French ultramarine blue and mixing it up again with the granulation medium because I had slightly less color on my palette, and I will lay it down on the same flat wash which we have here. So I am trying to get it to be of the same darkness as the first wash, so that we can, when it dries out, we can make a comparison of how things are looking like. So what whether granulation medium is adding to more granulation for me. So I'm just noting down that here we are using granulation medium, and this was with plain water. So I'll just clean my palette once more for the. Now I will start with mixing my color with another medium, which is the texture medium. So I'm directly dipping my brush in the texture medium and mixing the color. So let's see how it looks. See, the effect is, I don't know whether you are able to make it out on the screen, but it is quite different from what it was when we applied other mediums. So now I will take you to another medium which is called Aqua Pasto. It is a thickening medium and it's a kind of a textured medium. So if you use mixed color with it, it sorts of retains its value. I have added slight water to it for you to show how it will look, but if you want, you can even use the like mixed color with it directly, and if you apply it directly on the paper, it holds the brush stroke, like you can see the brush strokes in the paper impact. So this is how it will look like aqua posto. Now the fifth one is I am mixing French ultramarine with gum arabic. So I have taken little gum arabic and very slight water, and I am putting it here. So this is French ultramarine with gum arabic. Now as my lifting preparation has dried out, in order to show you the effect of lift, I am using Phthalo Blue, which is a staining color. I am not using French Ultramarine Blue because it's a light and slightly non-staining color. So I thought it's better to use a staining color in order to see whether lifting preparation will have any impact on the uh, painting or not. So here on top is with the lifting preparation underneath, and bottom is there is no lifting preparation and the bottom. So this is the impact. Now in the last um, white column, I want to show you how the granulation looks like. Suppose I do wet on wet. So I am wetting the paper first, and I am applying French ultramarine blue from my palette here. So we will see that whether the granulation is more or less when we apply French ultramarine wet. So now we'll allow this to dry, and we will see how the results or how the things look like after the whole thing has dried out. So first I will be starting with the lifting out Phthalo Blue after it has dried out. So let's see how it goes. Now my colors have dried out and I am lifting phthalo blue with my scrub brush, and you can see that both in the high wet area as well as lower wetness, sorry, dark area as well as light area, whether I use lifting preparation or I don't use lifting preparation, I am getting similar results. So adding lifting preparation is not making any impact on my lifting of the color. If even if I use my scrub brush or I use a soft brush to lift the color, it is only because of the scrub brush that I am able to lift more color. If I use a soft brush, I my result is in both the cases I am not able to lift a lot of color. Now we look at the results of our experiment. So as you can see, when we applied granulation medium, the granulation is more compared when there is no granulation medium added to French Ultramarine Blue, which is the first column. So in this case, the granulation is more. And in the texture medium, it is quite different. It is very different texture from what we get from the normal applying normal French ultramarine or even using granulation medium. Even when I touch it, it is slightly rough in nature. So you can compare all three at the same time and see how different they are. Like granulation medium definitely increases the granulation of the pigment, so you can use granulation medium if you require more granulation. This When I mixed French ultramarine with aqua pasto, it has already darkened the color more, and while when I have mixed it with gum arabic, it is very smooth, and the the color is like there is very less granulation. While again in this case where it was done wet on wet, there is more granulation in compared when it was done wet on dry. So this is the brief result of my experiment. I'm really thankful for your time for watching this video. In case you have any questions, please feel free to put a comment below, and I will be very happy to answer any of your questions. Thank you so much for your time.